Okay, so I'm not trying to trade this, but I just want to kind of try to call this breakout. We're kind of sitting at the bottom of the lows on the 30-second chart. Buyers just stepped back in aggressively, but the sellers were taking it down towards the level with more aggression than the last few times. But we didn't break it. Buyers stepped back in on the bids really aggressively. You can see the 400 that traded here, and the 256, but we didn't really trade past that. You can see previously here, we bought 644, so there's definitely interest from the buyers here. Clearly, we've rejected off this level once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, fifth. This is the 5th time we've rejected it, but they're loading on the offer again. So we're still in the range. We haven't broken the lows. We want to see them try to push into that level again with some aggression, but it looks like they're actually backing off. And they might let the buyers pull it back up to the PSE and then try to slam it down from there. Or they could just buy it back up to the top of the range. Now, there's clearly interest from the sellers up here. You got 250, 258 still sitting on the offer up there. Just waiting. I don't think that's going to get pulled. Because every time prices got up there, sellers have defended it pretty aggressively. Okay, we got more selling coming into the tape, but we got some block buys along with some block sells. More block buys. Loading on the offer. Okay, now they're starting to pick up speed into the level. That's what we want to see. See where we got 142, 230. There's that 235. But there you can see 196. Trying to lift the offer. But they're just reloading. They're pulling, reloading, pulling, reloading. Okay, now they're trying to push it through the level. Okay, so we just punched down to the bottom of the level, but it reversed from here last time with a wick. So we want to see confirmation on the other side of the level. That's what we want to see. My hands are getting sweaty. I'm not even planning on trading this. That's interesting. So we're getting a little bit of pullback here from the buyers. I want to see how they react on the other side. Okay, so we just punched through the level. They're pulling the bid. Okay, now they're hitting it. This is where I should get in. Maybe I want to pull back to here, or maybe I just jump in if they see. Yep, they're pulling bids. Everybody's selling on the tape. This is where I want to get in, right here. Right here. Okay, but it just popped back up with a little bit of buying. So I should have left that. I should have tried to get it on the pullback at the 210. My original thought was trying to get the pullback to here. I would have got it. I would have got filled here. Now the question is, are they going to sell it down lower? We just had a huge wick on the 30-second chart, and this kind of slammed down and popped right back up. So now we just got huge selling into the buying liquidity here, but they're reloading so aggressively. I don't think they're gonna. This is not. I don't want to trade this. I shouldn't be trading this. This is not the acceptance on the other side of the level that I wanted to see. What I'm seeing now is buyers and sellers battling it out, and I wanted to see everything turn to selling on the other side of that level. You know, maybe one last pop up of buying, but like this reloading the bid like really aggressively. So now they're starting to pull the bid. Okay, this is where I might want to get in. But again, the buyers might step back in down here. So yeah, they're still battling it out. This is not the break I was looking for. It's not. Like, this might end up turning into a long trade from here. With the amount of orders that they're loading into the bid right now. Okay, now they're pulling it. They're pulling it down. But still a lot of buying on the tape. Yeah. Still a lot of buying on the tape. I don't think this is a short right now. Could change. But right now we just punched through the level, and we did not get acceptance on the other side of the level. They fought back. They're still fighting back. Now, and the sellers are just not as aggressive as they were. They're getting there. Now they're trying to. No, I don't think this is the trade that I thought it was. So now they're pulling off the offer. They're letting it pull back up. Buyers are lifting the offer. I'm reloading the bid. Yeah, you know, it could break from here, like if those buyers just back off, but it doesn't seem like we're going to get through. We're back up into the range now. They're pulling off the offer. They're going to let it run up. Probably get there and take that. But that's why it's so important to wait for acceptance on the other side of the break. Because that was definitely a failed break. And it wouldn't even have been something we could have tried to trade as like a reversal or a failed break, because it was just, there was no access point in there. The way the buyers and the sellers were battling it out inside that zone, just did not see a clear access point. You know, I could have got in and just hope it would go out, not take my stop out, but yeah, interesting. Anyways, I think I got to do more of this, just watching potential trade setups, and instead of getting involved in it with placing any orders, I'll just commentary it, try to call the move as if I was going to trade it, because I think that I get a little caught up in the trade itself once I place the order. So this kind of gives me a little bit more understanding of what's happening. I'm able to see everything a little bit more clearly when there's no trade on the line. So yeah, we're pulling back up now to our recent swing high, and it kind of looks like we're forming a little bit of a downtrend. So here's where they could really try to push it through that level now. And if we were patient and didn't trade that first bit, we might be able to watch this one set up. But if we got too caught up in the chop there, chasing trades up and down, wouldn't be good. And that happens more than it should, honestly. So yeah, we are at the swing high now. Okay, sellers getting more aggressive. Buyers still on the bid, still reloading. Yeah, they're pulling the offer. I think they're going to try to let it run up to the highs again. There's a lot of buying volume just stepped in here. Look at that, 242, 235, 214. And they're barely lifting the offer though. And the sellers are still there, pretty aggressive. Yeah, pulling the offer. They're going to let it run. We broke past the recent swing high now. Probably let it run all the way back up to these highs. We didn't quite make it up there last time. Probably get stuck at the PFC for a little while, bounce around here before we pull it up either to this 153 or the, you know, they might just take it down at the PFC too. They might, depending on who's really in control right now. Oh man, I am so tired. Yeah, I don't see any clear rejection, but we did just reject off the POC, so they're starting to get more aggressive reloading that offer. Buyers seem to have backed off on the bid. They're still there, but just not as aggressive. Okay, huge push down on NQ. We just had 124 contracts hit into the bid on ES. Now they're pulling the offer, letting price come back up. Oh man, I'm so tired. NQ really looks like it wants to sell off. Pulling the bid on ES. Both the buyers and the sellers look a little exhausted right now. They're both kind of backed off a little bit. I don't think they're sure which way it's going to go. I don't think anybody's sure right now. Looks like we're going to try to take it higher. Pulling everything off the offer. NQ's running up. We got tons of buying volume lifting the offer right now. So yeah, we already got buyers stepping in, or sellers stepping in aggressively at the PFC, especially on NQ. We're also selling the RTY right now. We got the dollar on my chart, but I haven't really noticed much with that yet. It's just kind of, some people say it works for some correlations, but not like direct correlations, kind of just, yeah, so I just got it on the chart to see what it does in relation. Haven't noticed anything yet, but I haven't really been paying attention to it that much either. Okay, so we got some aggressive selling, just started hitting the bid on RTY, which is interesting. We'll probably see it chop around here for a while at the PFC before we see it either break down or up. Honestly, I think it's probably going to break down, but you never know. Oh man, I cannot believe how tired I am. I'm trying to quit smoking weed right now, which is, I don't smoke a lot of weed. I used to, but I don't smoke during the day. I only smoke at night, like before bed kind of thing, and it's always helped me fall asleep. But I feel like it makes me groggy in the mornings and shit, and it's affecting my trading, so I'm giving that up. Not just because it's barely affecting my trading, but I feel like I don't like being uncomfortable, and so I'm trying to force myself to do things that make me feel uncomfortable. Trying to get used to being in states of discomfort, so this is one reason that I felt like this was a decision that I needed to do to kind of help teach myself discipline and help myself walk away from a loss. But yeah, so the last 2 nights I've got like no sleep. Pretty much all week I've got no sleep, and I'm so tired, man. So tired. I think not smoking weed is actually affecting my trading more, but I think it's going to be better for me as a person in the long run. So, anyways, if anybody cares, that's why I'm tired. Okay, so we got the sell-off happening now. We got aggression building down from the PSC. We just had a big push off the PSC in NQ and in ES. We are gathering momentum on the way back down to this range, at the bottom of the range, the level. So we'll see what happens. We're getting a little bit of resistance right now because from that last big swing high, we're kind of at the lows of it where we had some consolidation. Getting a little bit of pushback from the buyers. Sellers not having too much troubles pushing through it though. Yeah, there's the big push in Q. Not seeing it in ES yet. And we're starting to get some more buying volume hitting the offer. So I'm losing confidence in them to break these lows. They're picking up speed now towards it actually. This is giving me more confidence. We got block sells coming in. We're picking up momentum, like they want to try to punch through this level. We're reloading the offer. NQ's just dumping into the bid. But we're just touched that level and we're already getting huge participation from the buyers stepping back into the bid pretty aggressively. So again, I don't think they're going to push through this. I don't. Yeah, are we just going to reverse off of it again? Last time they really tried to break it, and there's so much buying liquidity down below that level in the zone. So they just couldn't do it, man. And then price rallied, almost made it back up to the highs, but they couldn't do it either. Sellers stepped back in. So like I think what's going to start happening here is we're going to start seeing consolidation, and we're going to see this range start to get squeezed. And eventually it'll break. But I don't think it's going to break just yet. Unless we see like huge volume start hitting into those bids, which we're starting to see on NQ. I'm not getting it on ES. But there's just as much buying volume. Pretty split on the tape, buying and selling. Little block orders coming in. Yeah, so it looks like they kind of want to try to push through. Don't know what ES is doing, but NQ, we got 24 hit the bid, 26 hit the bid, 10 lots, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, they're trying to push through it. But buyers just sprung price back up. They're not having much luck. I don't think they're going to try to push through it. I think they're just trying to dump some size into liquidity there. Because they're just pulling away the offers, let price come back up, unless they want to try to slam it back down. Okay, ES is trying to hit the bid. We got momentum building. We got huge volume coming into the bid. This we want to see. We just broke into the level. We are in the zone now. We want to see acceptance in this zone. So I'm really watching NQ right now because it looks more aggressive than ES. But also NQ, which kind of seems to follow ES. So we kind of want to watch both. Yeah, we're getting really aggressive hitting into the bid right now. Huge orders coming into the market. Block sells. We got buys but block sells. So we want to see acceptance here. This is where we want to see acceptance. And we're not getting it. We're not getting it. We got the buyers just step back in super aggressively. They are reloading this offer, which is a good sign, but we want to see reload, 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 and just pushing the price down, and we're not getting that. We're getting one big spike into it, and then it just pops back out. So it's like they're just trying to unload some size into the liquidity that they know is there. They're not trying to actually actively push the price down through it. You know, so this is a point where we could potentially start looking for, I mean, it still could break. They are starting to hammer into those bids now. This is what I wanted to see before. But the buyers are just still there. And they're not reloading the offers, so that's why price is coming back up. If they were reloading the offer aggressively and pushing the price down, we might get the break, but they're not doing that. They're just hitting the bid. You see how they just keep pulling those offers away? Okay, now they're starting to reload the offers and more aggressively towards price. Yeah, okay, we're starting to break it. Again, we really want to watch this. We don't want to get in too early. Because, yeah, we're not getting the acceptance, you know? As much selling volume we're seeing it on the buy side too. Yeah, see they keep pulling these offers away. If these buyers back off though, we will see a big spike down. Okay, now they're starting to try to move it, reloading. There's the push. We're back down to the lows where we had before. So we're still not really getting acceptance. We're not getting one-side trade. It's a battle. It's a battle until one person backs off. We're just going to battle it out here. So we don't want to get in. Yeah, it broke the lows, but we don't have a trade yet. We don't have an access point. Okay. Okay, we're breaking the lows. Now we've got acceptance. This is where we want to try to get in. No. No, we don't have acceptance. Yeah, well, you know what? This is a terrible break. This is a terrible breakdown. There's so much buying volume here. We need these buyers to back off. But they're just too happy to hit into the liquidity on either side, so it's just a battle. Yeah, we broke the lows, but like there was not much of an access point there, and we didn't know if it was going to reverse or break it. It broke it on a spike and then shot back up. So like really, maybe if we come back up and retest the lows, then we could look for the short off that. But right now we've got no trade. We've got no trade, and I would usually be just trying to YOLO into this, like, because I would see all that selling volume and I wouldn't want to miss it, so I'd just jump in. But I have multiple chances to get into these things, and I gotta wait for the right opportunity. Okay, the buyers are starting to get a little bit exhausted here. They are starting to back off a bit, and we've still got big selling hitting into that bid. Their buyers are still there, but they look like they're backing off a little bit. So we'll probably see it push back up to these lows, and if we retest that and we get rejected off that, like I'll show you guys what I'm looking at on the 30-second chart. So this, if we make it back up to these lows, if we retest this and buyers back off, we could be looking for a pretty good short here. So where were those? 18,407. So 18,407. So right here is the low. So okay, so we didn't get that. We pushed back up above it, but we did get rejected. We got a big wick coming down off that. I should be watching the order flow, not the fucking candlesticks. So sellers are pretty aggressive on the offer right now. We are just sitting right at the lows here again. So if we big buying, we're selling volume coming into the bid. So I think this would be a good place to short it. Yeah, we're getting the acceptance we were looking for now. Yeah, it's one-sided trade. You see that? So this is where we should have got in. So if we got in up here, where I called it, some crazy volatility happening right now. But you see that big push on that break? We would be sitting in a really good position right now. So now we can wait. We can wait to see what happens down here, but we should have a stop up here somewhere because the buyers could take over again. But yeah, no, they're pushing it. So now we want to see if we break the recent lows from that last push, but I don't think we will. Sellers are already backing off. We got the push. They unloaded a lot of volume, but they are reloading this offer here, which is a good sign. Same thing on the ES, but also on the bid. So yeah, where was that we wanted to get in? We popped up above the 07 to the 408, and then it was more like the, I think, 405 where I was looking to get in, 406. So they're still selling it aggressively. I would be trying to hold this right now. See them reloading this 11 lots on the offer here. But ES is pulling on the offer, so honestly, I think right now I'd take profit. They just pulled everything off the offer. I'd take profit. So that's at the 402-ish. So from 402 to 405 or 406, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, almost like 20 ticks. But then they're still pushing it, so. But I would have taken profit. I said I did, but yeah, I shouldn't have. I should have let him break it. Wow, look at that go. Look at that go. I would have been pretty disappointed if I took profit there. So that's good to think about, because I was going to take profit up here. I should have been looking at this 11 sitting here if it was still sitting there. Good, still pretty aggressive. I think we'll keep selling it down. Okay, so yeah, buyers are stepping in a lot more aggressively. They're reloading the bid here. ES is reloading. They're pulling the offer. This is where I would take profits again for the second time. If I had one runner, this is where I'd cut it. And that's what? From the 406 down. That would have been a really good trade if we had managed to hold that diamond hand style. But we probably would have cut it somewhere in here where we got the resistance. But yeah, I'll show you what it looks like on the 30-second. But yeah, basically, I really need to work on my patience. So that's why I'm doing this little exercise. Just kind of getting used to being not involved in the market and letting opportunity pass me by. But calling it and learning from it, you know, because I learned a lot of little valuable insights in there. I didn't even trade it, but, you know. I could have made some really bad calls there. So I'm going to go back, review this recording, watch it a few times, and really try to sink this in for my breakout process. Because this was actually a really challenging breakout to trade. Probably would have thrown me off if I was actually trying to trade it. I might have gotten a little frustrated. Might have tried to get in too early, got stopped out, got frustrated, chased it, over traded it, and then watched it break without me. And that sucks. So yeah, they're still selling it. So this would have been a really good trade to get into if we were patient and waited for it. But yeah, anyways, that's it. I'm out.